Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan, so happy to be with you today. I'm excited for this one because this is something I have never tried before. Okay, so this is like a top shelfer coming out of California. So this is from Redwood Empire. It's called the Haystack Needle Double Barrel. So the whole idea behind this bottle, and I've seen it online before, the whole idea is that they have, the biggest stock of barrels in California. All right, so the Redwood Empire, their distillery, they've got tons of barrels to choose from. They say 10,000 plus. So with this special release, what they like to do is pick 2 barrels out of their entire stock that are their favorites, that taste exceptional. And these are 14-year-old bourbons. And they're going to blend those 2 barrels together, and then a lot of times they finish it. So the current one, I think that they just did, the most recent release was Apple Brandy Finish, the sample that I have today, which was sent to me very generously from David. Thank you so much, David. Appreciate you, brother. But this is the Cabernet Sauvignon. I love a good Cabernet. So this is the Cab finished one. I've really been looking forward to diving into this sample. In fact, I'm going to do a full Redwood Empire distillery highlight, where I'll try their full core lineup and some of their select bottles as well, and kind of give my impressions on how I feel about them overall as a distillery, which I have not covered anything from them yet on the channel. But I wanted to start with the needle in the haystack, the Haystack Needle, and give that a shot. All right, let's pour this thing. So this comes in at 110 proof. One of the first things I'm noticing, this is very dark. Like, it's extremely dark. Those deep chestnut colors and just a hint of maybe like an auburn in there too. It appears to be semi-viscous. It's not leaving like big, thick runs coming down the glass, but there's a nice little coating left behind for sure. Oh wow, that nose is something else. Immediately, it reaches out and grabs you. It leaves an immediate impression on the nose. It's not subtle. It's not run-of-the-mill, common, aromas that you tend to get out of a bourbon. I get like fruit salad on the nose. Like my wife's grandmother, she always brings fruit salad to, like family dinners, where she basically just has a whole bunch of fruit and she covers it in pie filling. And so that's what I'm getting on this, like tons of mixed fruit in that pie filling. Kind of a thing going on the nose there. I think it may be like even a peach cobbler, because there's almost a little bit of that savory bready note in there too. What a great nose. Yeah, I'm excited to try it. Let's do it. Oh man, is very sweet up front and almost creamy. I think like peaches and cream. And then that caramely barrel funk kind of comes in on the tail end of the palate, transitions into the finish, which is a lot of oak on that finish. And the finish almost makes me think of it's like a sweet dry. And I don't know if maybe that's the Cabernet, but it kind of makes me think of those, Fun Dip. Not the dip itself, but the lick-a-sticks, those white sticks that you dip in it. You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing it reminds me of on the finish, with some of that nice barrel funk. Yeah. Second sip sort of validates all that. Creamy and fruity on the palate, for sure. Barrel funk comes in right after it with a little bit of caramel, heavy oak, and dry sweetness on the finish. I'll tell you what, that's really good. I like that a lot. I got some great complexity to it. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy sipping on the rest of that pour. I'm not redecanting that back into the bottle. No, I'm keeping that out. So if I'm gonna give the Haystack Needle Double Barrel Cabernet Sauvignon cask finish 14-year-old bourbon from Redwood Empire, if I'm going to give them a score based on my scoring system, I think I'm going to give that an 8.8. I really like that creamy fruitiness up front. The only thing I wish is that it was kind of accompanied with some of those savory bready flavors I was getting on the nose, almost like a cobbler. I think those two things pair with each other very, very nicely. I kind of wish the caramel was a little bit more prevalent. It's just kind of right there in the tail end of the palate. Those are my only knocks, and that's being really nitpicky. Otherwise, I thought this was exceptional. I really, really like this. If I get the opportunity to pick up a bottle sometime, I might have to do it. Now, here's the thing. Since it is such a limited release, one drawback is the price point. So MSRP, I think, is around 160 bucks, which is not cheap. But for a 14-year-old, double barrel batch of bourbon, that's really not bad. But getting your hands on that release is kind of challenging, because I think the windows are small, if I remember correctly. The windows on the release are small, and if you miss it, then the secondary prices are kind of nuts. Like, I've seen this bottle listed for $300, I've seen it listed for $500, which is just wild to me. It shouldn't surprise me anymore. But still, sometimes I see those listings. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Trying to take bourbon lovers for a ride. The secondary market is just a bunch of predators as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, all that to say, getting a bottle of this might be a bit of a challenge. David, let me know how did you land your bottle? He's in Cali. So he's in the local area. So maybe it was a little bit easier for him to get a bottle than it is for me out in Michigan. But either way, that is an exceptional pour. Thank you so much, David, for sharing it with me. Hey, if you guys have anything you want me to review, or maybe a distillery nearby that you want to send package up, some samples, he sent me everything from Redwood Empire, from their core lineup to some of their more exclusive releases like this one. For that, I'm very grateful. It's hard for me to be able to highlight full distillery stuff because in Michigan, it's a bit of a challenge to get a lot of those things. So if you ever want to do that, just reach out to me, let me know, especially if you're a Patreon supporter or you're in our Discord, which is totally free. Check that out, link in the description. Come talk whiskey with us. We'd love to have you in there. We've got a great growing community. And feel free to check out the Patreon group. You can join for as little as just $1 a month to help support the channel so I can help me fund these bottles and the time that I spend making these videos. But thank you so much for your support of late. I really do appreciate it. We are almost fully partnered on YouTube now on this channel, which is really, really cool. I think we're only like 250 watch hours away from being fully partnered. And then I can actually the money from the advertisements that run on this channel won't go to Google anymore. It'll come to me, which is great. For reference, my gaming channel, which is much larger, an average video gets around 2,500 hours of watch time. And we're only just like 250 away on this channel. So would love a little bit of love in that department. Thank you so much for your support. Hey, cheers. May you live richly and get better with age, and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.